We are a strong bank out there. We are a tier 1 bank. We have a huge market footprint. We are in every part of this country. In almost all 47 counties. I think there's only one county where we are not represented. We have a footprint of over 155 branches or outlets. That is where the SME customers are. Okay? That is where we are. So, MD, I think you have literally summarized the selling points of Cooperative Bank. But I'll mention this as having said that. As Cooperative Bank, we are very proud today to be associated with this partnership that will enable our mutual customers to acquire the famous fleet or brand of vehicles, be it the buses, the trucks, the Isuzu pickups, like the famous D-Max that is ubiquitous on the roads of Nairobi, or the country for that matter. It is everywhere. We are proud to have that as a partner we want to deal with. So our mutual customers will be able to enjoy flexible financial solutions. We are coming with a suite of products, a bundled suite, and the customer will choose what part of that suite they are comfortable in. So the first part is what has been mentioned about the partnership, where we are giving 95% financing of the value of the vehicle. Now that is significant because ordinarily, most financiers will want you to raise 30%, 20%, so on and so forth. Okay, as we are saying, raise only 5%. The moment you start raising 30% out of your regular working capital, you could end up buying the item, buy the vehicle, but now your business starts straining because you've removed the working capital from circulation. So we've looked at those typical characteristics of a normal SME, that if you touch working capital, the business struggles. And so we are prepared to go ahead and finance as high as 95% of the value of that vehicle of your choice. In addition, as has been rightly mentioned by the MD, you could buy the vehicle, you have pulled a bit of money from your working capital, but you've sold and you've not been paid. But 1 month down the line, your typical bank will want you to start paying. But you yourself have not received the proceeds of your normal business. So we came up with an innovative workaround, where we're saying for the first time, and I would imagine this is a novelty in the asset finance business, we are giving you a 2 months window, moratorium. Don't pay. Stay put. Don't pay. Nobody's going to send auctioneers to you. No, that you don't have. We are saying don't pay for 2 months, consolidate, reaccumulate your business, rejig it back to normal shape. So from month 3, we are saying you can now start paying the loan installment. Again, a comment made by the MD. A very good comment made by the MD. Typically for commercial vehicles, and most of the vehicles that are likely to be financed under this scheme will be for commercial or business use, most financiers will want to have a very short time for that loan to be repaid. You know that these vehicles are subjected to a lot of hard work, wear and tear is likely to be high. And so financiers traditionally, the traditional financier for motor vehicles will want to keep the repayment period short, recover the money as quick as possible before the vehicle starts developing mechanical issues or having a slightly higher repair bills. But as we've taken a view and looked at historically our trends and patterns of how our SME customers behave, okay, and we've taken a view and said that your typical 3-year financing will not work for your typical SME now, in the state of the economy as it stands now. So we've looked at it and said we can extend our repayment period for up to 60 months, 5 years. Again, what that does for you, remember, it is enabling you to retain as much working capital in your business because your installment is much smaller, it's much lower. Okay, so installment is lower, it means you have more working capital. You already have a 2 months moratorium, it means you have more money. And perhaps the third novelty I want to bring in is that should you also, as a business person who has bought a vehicle from this scheme, should you also want some support? Should you also want additional money over and above the 2 reliefs that we've given you? The relief via delayed repayment and a longer period. We are also coming in to jump in and say, we will finance you working capital. We shall give you money to buy your stock, to buy your goods, to do whatever it is that you do to make money, to generate an income. So we are saying we are going to give you up to 300,000. We are going to give you 12 months to repay for it, and these two loans will run concurrently: the working capital support and the asset financing support. So one financier, two levels of support. That is a novelty in this industry. We are perhaps the first to look at our customers holistically, as opposed to looking at them only microscopically for that loan. We want our customer to flourish. We want them to do well so that they can also subsequently pay our financing in a timely manner, without stress or without strain. And we all have happy customers. The other part of the suite that I have mentioned is that we have, in collaboration with our partners CIC, also come up with a very, very, very competitive and very superior insurance package or insurance coverage. CIC, as you know, they're in the business of taking care of risk, and they have said that they'll take the risk should anything happen to this vehicle, the traditional things, accidents, theft, so on and so forth. And I'm sure my colleague, when he wakes up to speak, he'll elaborate more on what he has to offer under this package. But I'm told it comes at a fairly cheap price. The premium rate is not as high as you would normally get it at. It includes other add-ons like political violence and terrorism add-ons, but I'm sure he'll mention that in his comments. Last but not least, in my suite of products or my bouquet of offering, is that should there come time for you to pay insurance and you don't have the money, your typical bus is about how much? 6 million, 7, 12 million? Okay. Let's use 10 million for argument's sake. What is the premium likely to be on a normal cost of 500,000? Now look, this guy already has removed money for the installment, the down payment. Now you're telling him raise another 500 to 1 million for insurance. He may not have all that free money hanging around. So we are stepping in again as Coopbank to say, we are going to finance you to cover your insurance premiums. So how many levels of support have I given so far? Financing support for the insurance, for restocking, and longer repayment period. Which other package can you get like that in the market? So yeah, you can also approach us and we give you that kind of financing, which you shall pay over the period of 10 months. So as Cooperative Bank, we are always looking at ways of adding value to our customer, as well as to develop their businesses further by providing the solutions that I've mentioned. Ladies and gentlemen, with the partnership that we are now launching today, we believe that this is the best time of the year that customers can come in to buy these assets, business assets, because the year is just starting. The economic climate is changing, and we believe that if they get in right now, they're getting the best terms and at the most possible time in the economy. So that the tripartite arrangement between the three recognized brands, Isuzu East Africa is a very strong brand in this market. I think the MD has mentioned the market share and what have you. Partnering with a very strong insurance provider and partnering with a very strong financing partner can only be a very strong partnership getting into this partnership. And we trust and believe that all held constant, our customers will get the best value out of that, that strength of the partners that are involved in this partnership. So on behalf of my group managing director and CEO, Mr. Dr. Gideon Morioki, kindly accept our greatest and deepest gratitude for choosing to collaborate with Cooperative Bank in this worthy venture. And in conclusion, allow me to thank all those of you who have enabled this event and this launch to be a success. We look forward to similar partnerships with Isuzu in East Africa and CIC in the future as we endeavor to serve and create more value to our esteemed customers. Thank you and God bless you.